Any other committee reports?
Yes.
Alderman Shabazz.
And I need a second because since I've been here, I'm here learning as much as I can, listening. But there's a place where I have a voice and I can, vote and understand, again, because of the open process. So I want to say this directly to the mayor. I would never insult you. You know that. We're friends away from here. But the recognition of Charlie Kirk, and I'll say this for purposes of having it on the record of where I stand on it, to recognize someone whose banner was racism, sexism, violence, anybody other than a white man, but he sat and was very distinct in his call about the lack of intelligence of black women, and black men needed to be locked up. And there's just an endless array of the things that this reprehensible human being said. And I want to say something to be clear. Let us remember, he died by his own words. And this is not the city council talking, this is Byron talking. So if anybody wants to write and disagree with my position, you can write me. Nobody here is responsible but me. They say silence is complicity. And to have him in the same conversation as these children, as a person that was beheaded, and all of that violence, none of those people asked for that violence. This man bred violence and died that way. But I have to say, as a black person, particularly here in this setting alone, it was hard to hear that, truly, because I respect you so much. But let me say this. I understand for you as the mayor to recognize, not choose a side, and to just recognize. But to hear that really hurt me. It was a shot that I've been sitting here with a nervous, tight stomach, not out of anger, but disappointment. I just want all of you to please just take a moment and think of, if you've ever watched this man and you have any black friends, think about them and how this man made us feel. And here's the problem with all of that, the bigger problem. The first thing they said is this man was a husband and a father. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton. All these men were either killed in front of their families or family was immediately near. There was no flag flying half-mast. There was no recognition by the people in government. Even Dr. King, it was pretty much toward the end before the government, well, I don't want to go down into that because I'm really angry right now. But I would just like for us to please consider all the people, and then consider the people that are hurt by something before we recognize somebody who created hurt. There's no good you can find that came from that individual. None. And if he's black, I can tell you, even if he were black, I would have still felt the same way. But I feel worse because we've had a system of marginalization, oppression. We know slavery, and I don't want to go too far back with that. But my point is, this country has never fixed the problems. And then for somebody to come to exacerbate and bring back the problems that America has worked on fixing, to honor this person. This is a tough one for me because there's nobody here can ever say that I've ever been disrespectful or created conflict or I'm a person that you can't talk to. I try to be that person everywhere all the time. how I represent myself, my wife, my family, my friends. But this one, for such a reprehensible person to be honored, that's such a slap in the face of every war we've fought in, every movement we've had, and everything we gained came from resistance. So to side with the person that's at the head now of resistance, that was hard to stomach. So I'll close there with that. But please just think about some of what I said, please. Now, on a positive note, we had our CT Vivian